Welcome back to another Ethereum update. And of course, as you've been following along, you'd know that ETH really needs to bounce. Now, it was better positioned over the last few weeks. And as you can see, I bet a lot of you were wanting to FOMO because it was breaking out of the moving averages, looking like it was about to head back up to 3 to 3.1k. But in my videos, all the way actually since capitulation day, I was saying it's going to wick fill. Then we had this key level of support. It's now resistance. However, at the time it was support. And I was mentioning that ETH could actually move up all the way to 3 to 3.1k from here and still get rejected, because at the time you can see in this area, you can see all the moving averages started crossing under the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern. So the macro bearish pattern, this is what's reversed the trend. And we know that as well because the 200 EMA right over here, that's what's giving this move up in the first place. We start recovering the shorter term ones. Now the long term trend has changed here. And then we get this massive move up, not only on ETH, but the rest of the market. Of course, this is when Trump won. And ever since we came back down to the support, this is the macro higher low. And that's what needs to hold at all costs. It's also the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern right over here. And you can see the 200 EMAs where it needed to find support. So multiple reasons that had to be where it maintained the previous high low. And I got liquidated on this wick. And then I re-entered and then got liquidated once again because it kept on flushing down. It did not maintain a support. That's what needed to happen. If this was truly bullish, well, the 200 EMA would have never been lost, because to maintain the uptrend, that is where the higher low must come. That is where the last macro higher low was. And then the direct next one is down over here, guys. That's why when this key level was lost, in the end, we bled lower. And you could have pumped all the way back up into there, but still would have bled lower into this next low, essentially. And it's not yet in the clear, even if we start recovering some key levels. Remember that we were better positioned before. We see the 20 moving average breakout. That signals for a move up into the next set of moving averages, where the rollover should then come from, as I was saying. Didn't even manage to get over there. At one point, it was 2.8k. And then the very next day, or a couple days after, we can see it was 2.3k. This is absolutely insane, but pretty much following all of my warnings. Not that I want that to happen. I don't want it to be bearish. I just want the market to continue pumping. But at least for the super large caps like Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, Solana, HBAR, SUI, I think, Ondo, I think long term, these are going to be great entry points long term. But to expect this bounce to just recover those key levels and do something like that, it's just not going to happen. We could chop around for even a couple more months, genuinely, even if we see a bounce, because it will have to fail at some point and lower high and then start creating that potential higher low to pivot and then continue high. I'm not drawing this as if that's the path that needs to be taken, but we just need this to be the low and make a significant high, and then higher than this low. You know, that could be coming down all the way to here. That could be as low as here, as high as there, as low as here. Whatever it is, the high might not be there. The high might be exactly on the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern, puts in that higher low, and then we break through. That's a great step in the right direction, but there's still going to be resistance up at this area where it could fail at and roll over. It is not the best. It's tiring, but I am going to continue to make these updates daily as it develops. And the risk is, if these key levels are not recovered, ETH will actually attempt to make a new low beneath the lowest point of this range. Yes, under 2.1k. That is a possibility. If it doesn't start recovering at least these 3 red boxes, that's what it must do. And to be honest, as we're coming into the end of the monthly close, you can see that we've actually tested a very key moving average. So it has to be the bottom. You can see how far away the next one is. And even if it did get down there, that's not going to be 1 month. So it could prolong. So this is whether we go up or actually continue to a new low, it's going to be choppy for some months, guys. And I will be here to update daily to tell you whether we're on the bullish or the bearish path. Right now, to get back on track for the bullish path, so we don't see those lower targets, at all costs, this green box must hold 2.1 to 2.3. Right now, we've actually bounced from 2.3 in the last day, and we're just filling in the wick once again. So as long as that wick maintains, if I see daily candle closes above this point, if they're not closing under this, so similar to this area to the left over here, can you see a wick was created and then price moved up and then dumped all the way back down to there? It went lower during that day, but for the close, you can see the body was above that line. So that's actually maintaining it as support. So right now, it closed up there yesterday, opened there today. And this is where we actually found the lowest point of support yesterday. Now, if it actually does not lose it, should reverse from here exactly and tackle this first key resistance. It's going to be resistance. It shouldn't have been lost. Should have recovered, and that's where it should have got rejected. And to be honest, that needed to be recovered as well. But these are rejection points here, here, and here. And unfortunately, at the very first hurdle, the moving averages, we saw fake out and then lost the key level support, making it a lot harder to recover because there's another level now in the way. It was better position before. So a move up could just be into here and then roll over again. That must maintain. So we could get a move like this, where we higher low and then try again. Don't worry, I'm going to be here to update as it develops. There's so many scenarios that could go on forever, but the main point being 2.3 needs to hold, 2.1.5 needs to hold, and this needs to recover 2.5, 2.6 at the moment. First step, but ultimately this move up must sustain and recover 3.1k. Only then will I be quite a lot more confident that the bearish scenarios are getting invalidated one by one. But going back to the monthly, we don't have many days left, so this needs to be the bottom. And in actual fact, we can see 2.5 for the monthly close. In the past, we lost to 20. Realistically, that needs to be recovered. That's 2.8k. If we find it above 2.8k in the next 2 days, wow. But 2.5k. And going back to the daily, what have I just told you? 2.5k. That is it from me today. Like, subscribe, comment, and share if you want me to teach you this so you can identify and just do this all on your own so you don't have to wait for the videos. Do the mentorship or the ebook. I've also got a Discord community. I'm updating further, giving further thoughts and opinions, telling you what I'm personally doing, trying to make you guys understand what I'm seeing in more detail, so extra content. And I'm actually doing live streams in there to mentor you all as a group. So use the links down below if you want to hear more about it.